Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video we're going to get into all things DedeSignature. So they so kindly sent me their Blush and Glow collection, and I also ended up purchasing their Jingle Bell Ruby palette and their classic autumn palette that was on pre-order. So I am actually refilming this intro because I got sent more products from them and I wanted to include everything in one. So you're going to see me at one point in my makeup room, and then here with this background I'm actually in Atlantic City with my husband. He's on a work trip. I was a tag along, but I did get the Valentine's Day release their Shattered Romance eyeshadow palette as well as their liquid blushes. So I'm going to swatch everything, create some looks, and give you all my thoughts. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Brie. I'm a crazy lover of all things beauty. I love to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, and I like to do a lot on indie makeup. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. All right, my loves, I'm so excited to be here and trying all these wonderful things that DedeSignature did send my way. I'm just so appreciative when a brand decides to send me PR. So thank you so much to DedeSignature. But of course, I'm always going to give you guys my honest, true feedback. So hopefully the video is okay right now with the lighting and the audio. It's just a different setup for me. It's echoing here. I'm trying my best, but I'm going to get into the newest products first, and then we'll get into the things that I am filming in my makeup room. So I will start off with the Shattered Romance palette. This is launching on February 7th at 12 p.m. CST time. This is their Valentine's Day release, and it's the breakup side of love. So not the lovey-dovey hooking up version. It's the time to break up, love is over, moving on, I'm gonna love myself now. But this is what the palette looks like. Simple cardboard packaging with like heart and little pieces. But here's the color story. It's a very Valentine's Day berry colors, you know, just typical Valentine's Day kind of theme. I love it. Very well balanced, mid-tone to deeper tones, burgundies, purples, and pinks. So this is just really pretty. There's 3 metallics and the rest are mattes, and one of the mattes has shimmer, the one in the center. So we're going to be playing with that. And then they also came out with liquid blushes, and they offered to send me 3 of the shades that they came out with. They're actually going to have 8 shades altogether, and they're also launching on February 7th at 12 p.m. CST time. I don't know the price for these either, but I ended up picking up the Pink Pop shade, which is like a bubblegum fun bright pink, which is such a in shade right now. I also picked up Peachy Glow. It's kind of like a beigey peach color, and then I picked up Rosy Bloom, which is like a reddish berryish mauve kind of shade. I just wanted to pick things that were very different from one another, so I'll be using these products in the video today. I also do have a code with DedeSignature. It is Breezy Beauty, so if you want to buy any of these products within this video, you can save some money off. Now the code is affiliated. No pressure to use that, but I just wanted to let you know. But before we get to Eau de Brie and the other products, I did want to compare this really quickly to the new Bitten palette from Gourmande Girl. I happened to get this in the mail at the same time, and I brought it with me to the hotel, and someone did ask for a comparison, so I'm just going to show you guys quickly how they look next to each other. So obviously the Gourmande Girls palette has more shades in it, but it's a very similar vibe and color story, and of course this is also their Valentine's Day release. I do feel like these shades are pretty close to like these shades. This one's more reddish, and then this one has, you know, the matte black with shimmer. There's a matte black in here too, but it doesn't have shimmer in it, and this one has a row of pink mattes, and this one doesn't have the pink mattes. I'm struggling to hold this up, but this shimmer is very similar to this shimmer. The other 2 shimmers are not really that alike. So I just wanted to show you guys that in case you were curious. So now we can get to Eau de Brie and get into the other products. So let's start off with the Blush and Glow collection. So they came out with 2 blush trios. You can get them separately for $22.99, or you can get them in a bundle for, I think it is $42.99, and that is a discounted price. So we'll go into the first one, which is called the Bliss Blush Trio. So this one is full of vibrant warm tones. There's a coral, orange, and a red one, and it describes the formula on their website as a silky buildable formula, so you can share it out for a wash of color or build it up to be more vibrant. And this includes like a deeper shade, kind of like a in between, and like lighter tones to work on different skin tones. And then they have the one called Pinch, which is a more cool toned berry palette, which has these beautiful like pinky berry shades in it. And this one too is also supposed to be a, you know, buildable, blendable, lightweight formula. And yet again, these will be shades that will work on different skin tones. So I love all the options. And then we'll get into the Dazzling Bronze Highlighter, which is $20.99 if you just want to buy it on its own, or you could get it in a bundle with the two blush palettes for $63.99, which is a discounted price. So this one has like little stripes in it, so like there's different hues going along, and it says that this is a multi-purpose, multi-dimensional highlighter. It is a blend of soft rose, pearl, and bronze hues, creating a ethereal glow. It's supposed to just, you know, highlight the cheeks, the décolletage, the brow bone, and like enhance your natural features. So we'll get into the eyeshadow palettes now. So we'll start off with the Classic Autumn palette. This one goes for $35, and it looks like it's in stock on their website. It doesn't mention it as a pre-order, and I think this came out either last fall or the fall before that one, but it has simple cardboard packaging with like little autumn leaves on it. It's really pretty and like shifty packaging. And then inside there is a mirror, and then there's these beautiful like fall tones with the mustard shade, some red, some green, purple, black matte for deepening. And this one includes 6 buttery premium mattes and 6 classic butter soft metallics / dual chromes. So these are just perfect like earthy tones that just go with the fall season. So this one is really pretty. It's vegan, cruelty free, and I'm all about it. I don't know why I waited so long to pick that one up. Now we'll get into the Jingle Bell Ruby palette, which this was their Christmas palette, I believe, from last year, and they just brought it back because it was on high demand. But this one also goes for $35, and I believe this one is on a pre-order from what I can see on their website. And this one is full of beautiful tones. So there's a mirror as well. And then in here, there's just like these very classic holiday colors. This one has 6 buildable high quality matte shades and 6 high intensity all dual chromatic shades. So all the metallics are dual chromes in this one, and look like they're a little bit more foiled than the one from the Classic Autumn palette, but it's really beautiful mix of like reds, berryish tones. So really pretty. Happy I finally snagged this one up. So that's basically all the info for all of the products and everything. So I think we should now dive into doing looks and seeing what these products are all about, and then I will give you guys my thoughts at the end. I think I'm going to use these two colors, Rosy Bloom and Pink Pop, and then mix them together. I think these colors will match the palette the best, and then maybe I'll try to use this one in another video. So I have a sponge with me. I don't have that many products. It's limited on what I'm working with here. So let's put on the Rosy Bloom on one side, and I'm just gonna go with one dot. I'm not sure how pigmented these are gonna be, and I'm just, okay. They're super pigmented. They kind of remind me of the Juvia's Place ones or the ones from Rare Beauty. So let me use this sponge, kind of dab it out. I didn't put any powder, I just have foundation on. Okay, so less is more here with this one. Maybe you want to start off by dabbing it on your hand first before going straight in with the product. That is my bad, but look, it does blend out and, you know, do a nice little flush, or you can get it to build up. So I think these will be very customizable to different skin tones. And then let's try the pink one, which is lighter, so maybe it won't be too crazy right here. And we're gonna just wing it again and see. Okay. This is just as pigmented. I just want it to see based on like how deep the shade is it just as pigmented? But like you see, I can blend it out easily. And that one looks pretty too. I have a very light kind of foundation moment going on today. So you can see it's like more reddishy here and then more pink, but I like it. I don't know if it like, if the camera is doing me justice. I know the lighting is a little odd in here, but I think that looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna just mix. I'm gonna put a pop here, blend it on top first, and then blend that over. And then just, I'll get everything matched up. So I went ahead and just powdered my face, added a little bit of highlight, some bronzer, and I think it looks really pretty, like the shade that turned out from mixing those two. And I did prime my eyes with some concealer. I just have the Flower Beauty Get Real Serum Concealer on my eyes because I'm not working with a lot with my makeup bag I brought to the hotel. So I am going to start off with the Dark Secret shade. We're just gonna go right into like some smoky goodness because, you know, this I feel warrants a smoky look based on the theme. You know, we're feeling a little shattered, a little on the darker side maybe. So I'm going for this, for the smoky look. So I'm just working slowly. I'm just covering my lid with this and moving slowly. I'm trying not to have any fallout. I'm gonna take the excess off my hand right here. This is my color switch today, and I'm going to go into the Passion's End shade, and I'm gonna use that to blend out the edge of the shade and just like diffuse things so we don't have any like harsh lines. It's gonna give it like a little pink, little bit to the crease. So let's go into some of these metallics. So I guess I'm gonna go into Frozen Feelings, and it has a really strong blue shift, and I'm gonna just put that over the black. See, and then the black base is gonna just make this shade transform so differently. I'm just patting it on with my finger. That looks so intense. And the blue really picks up against that black matte. Should we take a little bit of the amethyst? Oh, look at that shift. Or there's Faded Roses. I think I'm liking the Tears of Amethyst shade. That's really gonna brighten and pop that inner corner. Oh wow, it really looks more intensely pink against the black underneath. So now we're gonna see if we can kind of get away with using Golden Lies in the inner corner. Right, let's see if that's bright enough. I don't know if it will be. I might have to go on with a shimmer over this. I just wanted to see. I think it's just not light enough for my skin tone to like really pop. And then for the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna go in with Broken Vows. Just go on with the purple. Smack that on. I didn't really have a plan for this look, so I think that works. Then I'll go in with Dark Secrets on the outer corner and match it up to the black that we have on the lid. So for the final touch, I know I have to go work on some blend. I am going to take the Faded Roses over my inner portion just for more of a pop and some extra brightness right there. And I think that's it for the look. I kind of winged it, but I think it looks really good. So I'm gonna go and do like my other eye off camera, figure out something for my lips, even though I don't have much to work with, mascara and liner, and I will be right back. All right, my loves, I'm back, and this is the completed look. I'll lean in so you guys can really see it. Hopefully the lighting is doing okay, because this is just not my normal setup. But I love it, and I love how blue that purple shade turned out to be. I love dual chromes and like the pink in the front, the crease. The matte black was like so pigmented in this palette, and I just felt really edgy, a little sexy, vampy, you know, ready to go on the town. I just really love how this look turned out. So I really wanted a dark lippy, and I didn't have any dark lippies with me. I literally have 3 lip products in my makeup travel bag. So I took the Chucky Glam Light liner and lined it all on my lips, and then I smudged it, and then I went over it with the Fenty lip gloss that had some sheen, and it actually worked out perfectly. So you can always use a like black pencil as a lippy if that's what you want, if you want a dark lip and you have nothing else. And then I also took the Chucky liner in my waterline. I tight lined with it just to keep the look very smoky. I used the KVD tattoo liner to create a wing, and for my mascara I have the Milani highly rated mascara on and the M Cosmetics mascara on, that little combo. And I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think I used anything else to complete this look, but I love it. Like, this is my like revenge look, or maybe not my revenge look, the like I'm gonna bounce back, I'm gonna be all right kind of look from this breakup, you know, when you're just ready to get your life back together. So that was what I was going for, and hopefully you guys liked how this look turned out. So that was everything for the new Shattered Romance palette and the new liquid blushes, so we can get into the next look. And I'm going to start off with the Bliss Blush Trio. This is the warm one, because for the first look I think I'm going to do a very warm look. So I'm going to take this blush brush and we'll do a color on each side just to see what the different shades are like and then mix them. I think I'm going to go with the two lighter ones. So I'll start off with Azalea and I'll dust off the excess. From what I've seen from other people's thoughts on this, these are on the more pigmented side. So I'm going to put some on my hand just to be safe and then brush it here, just to make sure I don't have instant clown cheeks, which doesn't seem to be the case. So let me pick up a little bit more and just kind of slowly build. And now I'm going to go in with a different brush, and I'm going to go into Geranium. This one right here, which looks like a coral shade, and just start off slowly as well. And see what we can do. See, this one is like a coral, you know, it has like a little bit more red to it, and this one's pretty as well. I love the color, and I love how you can really see how different the two shades are. I'm just gonna try to diffuse that a bit. So now we're gonna get into the what is this called, the Dazzling Bronzed Highlighter, and I'm gonna just swirl all together and see what it does on the cheeks. I'm sure if I like focused on certain areas I could get different kind of highlights, but I'm just gonna see how that looks all mixed together. Ooh, that makes a beautiful highlighter actually. So that definitely works. I could probably also use this kind of like a blush topper, but do you see that? Ooh, it's so pretty and pearly and also pink, but it doesn't have like a, you know, icy base to it at all. I just want to see if like if I focus down here, would the highlighter be different? Yeah, okay. See how it like looks a little lighter if I focus on the bottom up here? I was just curious. So yeah, if you focus on different areas of the pan, you'll get kind of different colors, but I'm just gonna swirl it again and just kind of get everything to match up. So that is such a beautiful smooth highlighter, and I noticed like ever so very finely milled sparkles, but it's still pretty smooth. I don't feel like it's enhancing texture at all, and this gives me a beautiful pinky glow. So now we can get into the eye look, and I'm going to start off using the Classic Autumn palette. So I'm going to start off with Pumpkin, and I did prime my eyes with the Glamlight Icing Eyeshadow Base and Buttercream, this one right here, and we'll just swirl that all through the crease and see what we can come up with. I'm thinking like mustard with some purple, like a pop of purple. So I'm just gonna get that everywhere and use that as my initial transition shade. Let's dive into the Pears shade now. This one is a like kind of murky green. I'm just gonna keep it a little bit lower than the pumpkin like mustardy shade. It's going to introduce a little bit of green into the mix, but they're basically on the same level of like depth. I am going to take some of Black Tupelo, this one right here, just to add some depth. I'm taking it with the same brush that I used with the greenish shade, and I'm just going to add a little bit on the outer corner. I don't want to add too much. I just want to get a little bit of depth into this look. I want to do that pop of purple that I mentioned and take the shade Eggplant and use that on the lower lash line. I just think mustards and purples can look so good together. And it's like an interesting kind of unexpected color combo. And then I'm going to take the black matte and put it on the outer corner and match up to the top outer corner, just to have the same level of depth. And now I think we should get into some of these metallics. So should we go in with obviously the shade Apricots? This one is so pretty and foiled. So I'm going to use that next to the deepest matte I have on the outer corner. This is one of those just very smooth metallics that just glide on, will enhance texture. I'm going to take a little bit of Mushroom, which is like a brownie metallic, and use that on the edge to mesh with the deeper outer corner just to have a better transition right there. There we go. Yeah, that did add a great transition. For the inner portion, we have Squash, which is going to add some green to the mix, and there's Star Apple. Ooh, let me use some of Star Apple and see what that's about. It looks like it has maybe a shift to it. I can't tell. I need an inner corner moment, and I really think the only shade I can use for brightening is Dragon Fruit. So I'm just going to take a little brush, and I'm going to pop that here. Ooh, I got a little bit of fallout. I'm going to put some on the lower lash line a bit, and just keep that right there in the inner portion. And yes, that gives me the brightness that I need. So that is it for the shades I think I'm going to use. Got my little bit of brightness, some cool tone on the bottom, some mustardy goodness on the lid. And I think it looks really good. So I think I'm going to just finish things up. Maybe add details, maybe not. Liner, lashes, mascara, all that good stuff. And I will be right back to show you guys the completed look. All right, my loves, I am back, and here is the completed look. Let me lean in so you guys can see what I did. I didn't do anything crazy. I just added some fun little liner detail to make the look a little interesting and fun. So I did go ahead and use the Not in the Mood palette from Unearthly. This was their cake liner palette that they used to have. And I mixed the yellow and Bossy and mixed it with the golden shade and Empowered to make like a goldeny yellow metallic liner for that arch. Then I also went in with this palette right here, the one with Glisten and Fairy Freak, the cake liner palette that they did together. And I went in with this black shade in the Rage pan and used that to create black dots this way. And then I mixed the black shade with the purple in the pan called Fairy to make like darker purple dots, and I put it down here. My dots are a little funky on this side, but that's all I did to add some fun little detail to the look. And then for my waterline, I went in with this, what is it? Urban Decay Glide On Pencil and Voodoo. It's an old one. I don't think they sell this shade anymore. And then for liner, I went over with like the NYX Epic Ink liner along my eyes here. And then I have the Benefit Fan Fest mascara on. It does a great job at finding out my lashes. And then for the lips, I wanted something kind of mustardy. So I went in with this Give Me Glow liquid lipstick in Whiskey and Honey. It's such a beautiful like yellowy brown, and I used the matching lip liner in Whiskey and Honey from Give Me Glow as well. I don't know if these lip products are back on their website since they did a whole revamp, but hopefully they'll bring it back because I love this shade, and I think their liquid lipsticks are like pretty comfortable for being more of a matte, like drier formula. And I think that's it for the look. I love it. I love the mustard with like the purple on the bottom. And it's really pretty and the fun little silvery inner corner. So that was everything for the look with the Classical Autumn palette and the Bliss blush trio. So now I'm going to get into the next palette and the other blush trio and get into the final look. I'm going to start off with the Pinch Cheek trio. And these are just so beautiful. I think this one is like my favorite out of the two. Now I think this one might be too light. So we'll just see though. I'm just going to go right in and see if I could actually pull this off as a highlighter. Not a highlighter, a blush. Okay, no, it's definitely too light. So what I'm going to do actually is maybe mix these two because this one obviously is going to be on the deeper side for me. And by mixing these two, I think I could make like the perfect shade for me that is more on the lavender side. So I'm just mixing them. Oh yeah, see, look at that. You can customize these shades. I love a more lavender blush. Now I'm going to go into the middle pan and just see what that one is like. I know that one will work on my skin tone. It's called Tangerine, and that one's like a really bright kind of fuchsia. And I just kind of dabbed some off just to go slowly because I didn't go that slowly on the other side. And actually, I might have still put too much on. This one is very pigmented, and I got some on my lid here, but it's okay. I'm gonna be blushed up. So I'm gonna just mix these things all up together, get everything matching and diffused, and I'll be right back so we can put on the highlighter. So I'm ready to now get highlighted up. So like I said, you can go on like different ends of the pan. So for this one, I guess I'm just gonna concentrate on the lighter side. I did show how it looked on the lighter end. Yeah, see, it just makes it a little bit lighter, a little bit more icy. And now we can get into the Jingle Bell Ruby palette. I'm gonna start off with, I think, Rudolph Cookies. This one's more like a burgundy, and I did prime my eyes again with the Glamlight Icing Eyeshadow Base in Buttercream. And I'm just gonna concentrate that on the outer corner and bring it through the crease a bit. And now I'm going to go into Candy Cane, which is a red matte, and I'm gonna go over the edge of that one and bring that one through the crease. But I'm not gonna bring it all the way forward, but I'm gonna just softly use that to blend. Just to get things a little bit more smoky, I'm gonna go into Snowman Cookies, which is like a deeper kind of plummy brown. And that's going to give me some depth. And I'm just going to keep that on the outer corner. So I'm going to start off with Rudolph Cookies, the first matte that I use. I know it can be daunting going in with reddish tones on the lower lash line. Then I'm going to take Candy Cane and just kind of run that on the edge here, just ever so softly. And then go in with Snowman Cookies on the outer corner to match up the depth that I have up here. Now we're gonna get into shimmers. Do I want to use Sugar Plum or Frostbite? Or do I want to use both? But I kinda am curious about Crispy Trees. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna use Crispy Trees first. So we're gonna add a little bit of a teal moment. Since that's a deeper metallic, I'm gonna use it out here on the outer edge. Ooh, that is pretty. These metallics are definitely more foiled and sparkly than the classic Autumn palette. But oh, that looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that there. And then I'm gonna go into Sugar Plum and use that in the center. And then we'll use Frostbite in the front because I think that's the lighter shimmer out of the three. And we'll go into the Frostbite shade, which is the lighter one, I believe. This one seems to have like a reddish base to it. I mean, they're all dual chrome, so they all have different shifts to them. Now we'll get into the fun green. So we'll get into Bright Ruby using this pencil brush. We'll see, I'm gonna just concentrate that on the front here. I don't think that's gonna be bright enough, so I am going to go over like with some of shimmer from the palette just to make it lighter. For the shimmer I want to use, I'll go into Crispy Holidays. This one will definitely be a brightening shade here. Oh my god, that is gorgeous. I'll take it a little bit on the lid. I think I just want to really keep it right there. There it is. Oh my god, that came out so stunning. I love it. I love the cheeks. I love the reddish tones with like the little interesting blue on the outer edge. So I think that's it for the look. I am going to go do the other eye, you know, lashes, mascara, whatever I want to do. And I will come back and show you guys the completed look. All right, my loves, I am back and here is the completed look now that I am all finished. I think it looks beautiful. I didn't do anything like additional details on the eyes. I just think this look is stunning. on its own. I love this color combo with like the reddy burgundy tones with a little bit of blue and the green pop. So the few things that I did off camera is I went in with the NYX Epic Ink liner to create a wing, and then for my lashes I used the Benefit Fan Fest mascara again. It's such a nice one. And then for my waterline I went in with the Sephora Ultra Gel Eyeliner and matte lime green, which I'm just going to build it up more. I just want it to kind of match with what's on the like inner corner. Well, I guess it comes off more yellow, but it's such a bright liner that really makes the waterline pop. And then for my lips, I went in with this Locked Kiss MAC lipstick and Sophistry, which is just like a deeper kind of brownie red. And I think it matches like the tones that I have through the crease and the outer corner so well. And it's really pretty. I'm talking all funny, just adding some. And it's definitely more on the matte side, but it's very pigmented, beautiful formula. And I think it just went so well with this eye look. And that's basically all I did off camera to complete everything. And I love how this came out. It's like Christmassy, but I still feel like it could be wearable any time of the year, you know? Because it's like purplish burgundy. It's not like true reds with, you know, greens. And then just having that pop of green in the front, I think looks really good with like my, you know, kind of pinky lavender cheeks. Everything is really meshing. I'll just show you guys one more time. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this. And this one definitely has more impactful shimmers in it than the Classical Garden, which had more smooth, creamy ones. But I feel like the mattes are basically the same between both palettes. So I think now that I've tried everything, I'm ready to give you guys my final thoughts. So let's just jump into it. This was another successful video trying out DedeSignature. I've really fallen in love with their brand. Like, I just love their Fearless Holiday palette and the other products that I have tried from them. So I'm also loving these products. So we'll start off with the Blush and Glow Trio. Of course, this got sent to me in PR, but I'm giving you guys my honest feedback. I think these are really beautiful products. I love that they did something more pinky on one of the palettes and then something more orange and like warm on the other palette. So if you're like a warm toned lover, you have an option for that. And I love that they included like various tones from deeper to like mid to lighter tones, so it can work on different skin tones. These blushes are definitely on the pigmented side. I feel like you do want to go in with a light hand and slowly build and not just go so heavy handed because you'll have a lot of pigmentation on the cheeks. But even with that, you are able to diffuse them, like just going over with like a clean brush or using a little bit of like setting powder, you can tone it down. Getting into the Pinch Blush Trio, I think this one is my favorite out of the two. I like pinky tones, like I'm just really into them right now, and I love more cool tones on my cheeks since I have more pink undertones, but I love the range in here as well. Now this lighter one is too light for my skin tone. I'm like a medium tone here, so if you're like deeper than me or at my level, I think this will be too light for you, but you can use the shade to lighten the other two or make them more lavender. As you saw, I was able to mix these two and make a more customizable blush for my skin tone and give it that lavender vibe. I'm sure these would also mix really well together. And I love how like vibrant this one. I feel like this is the most pigmented out of all the blushes that I have tried, so you want to go light with this one, but they're all pretty pigmented. And the highlighter, I think this is also really pretty. I love how it looks all mixed together. It makes a beautiful glow on the cheeks, like a pinky bronzy hue, but you can go into different areas of the pan to do different kind of shades. So I went in with the two bottom one, and you see I was able to make it a little bit more of a lighter, icier pink. And then I think if you go on the top, it will make it more of a bronzy pink. So it would probably be more like a blush topper for me, or maybe I could use it as a standalone blush. But then I also think all swirled together is really pretty. So I think you can just kind of switch up on how the highlighter looks on your cheek based on where you go in the pan. Now let's get into the eyeshadow palette. I'll start off with the classic autumn one. It's really beautiful. It's classic fall tones in here, and the mattes are really beautiful and pigmented and buildable. As for the metallics, I definitely feel like they're those more smoother, traditional foiled cream shadows. They won't enhance texture. They just kind of glide on. They're not those overly sparkly shades that you see in a lot of indie palettes now. So I can tell that maybe these were like their older metallic formula. Not bad at all. They're just definitely smoother and not as intensely sparkly as like the ones in their Fearless Holiday palette, but I really do enjoy them. And I think there's a lot of people out there that love a smoother metallic formula. So I'm really happy with this. I thought it was really nice and easy to work with. No issue with any of the shades that I try. And I just love this fall color story, and you have a good range in here. As for the Jingle Bell Ruby palette, this one has the more foiled and intense metallics in here. They're all duochrome, so this is definitely my preference when it comes to metallics. And then the mattes are beautifully pigmented and buildable. I think they perform just the same as the classic Autumn. I just think maybe this one probably came out after this one, so it has the more sparkly textured shadows in it, but they are still like easy to smooth on. They're not like the overly chunky shadows that I've seen from like Adept or anything, but they do pack more of a punch. Beautiful tones, beautiful shifts to them, and I just love this. It's definitely classic holiday in here as well, with like the reds and the greens, but I really love how this look turned out. And I really enjoyed it. It's definitely going to be a good like companion palette to the Fearless Holiday palette that they came out with last year. And I just really enjoyed it. I'm so happy I got my hands on these because I think they're both definitely nice, beautiful, high quality palettes. So I'm inserting myself in this outro because I didn't want to refilm the whole video of me talking about all the other products. So we're just gonna get into these newbies right here. So the liquid blushes I think are beautiful. I love the shade options that they're coming out with, and I love the 3 that they did send me. They are on the pigmented side. They kind of remind me of the Juvia's Place ones or the ones from Rare Beauty, but they do blend out well. You can kind of diffuse them. I feel like they're not as hard to diffuse as like the Juvia's Place ones, because those get intense and it's really hard to like lighten them. So these ones are workable. So if you do go in with a little too much, you can get it to sheer out. You don't have to immediately freak out, but I mean, they do have a good amount of pigment. They kind of have like a serum-y feel to them, and I think they just lay on the cheeks really nicely. I love the colors, so I think you could just make this work no matter what skin tone you have. And overall, I think the formula is really nice. I was able to lay powder over it just fine, and I even used some more of the liquid blush over my powdered base, and I didn't have any issues with things like, you know, patching off or getting weird on the cheeks. So this seems to be a really nice product if you like liquid blushes. Of course, I'll have to test them out more and see the longevity, if they last throughout the day on my oily skin. And then for the Shattered Romance palette, it's beautiful. It's definitely giving, you know, Valentine's Day vibes with the berries, pinks, and purples in here. And I think everything performed really nicely. The mattes are pigmented and beautiful, especially this matte black. It was like super pigmented. And these darker tones as well. The only one I noticed was a little bit more sheer was this one right here called Golden Lies. The more I was building it up, I feel like the more it was sharing out. I guess it kind of performs like how you would expect from like a pastel or neon, but it's totally fine. I was able to get color payoff from that. That's just something to note going in, that this one is not as pigmented as the other mattes that I've tried. The metallics are beautiful. These two are very flaky and foiled and very creamy. I do feel like those are the kind of shades, if you layer them up too much, you can get a little thick on the lid, so be careful. But they're very beautiful, stunning, shifty, and I like this Golden Lies one. It's really pretty. I think this would be a gorgeous highlighter, like peachy highlighter. It worked really well in the inner corner, and it's a little bit more on the smoother end, but it still packs such a punch. So overall, the formula is excellent here, as I expected from DedeSignature. So that's my thoughts on all of these products. Now let's get back to Passpray. But that was everything for this video. You guys will now have to let me know, what are your thoughts in the comments below? Have you tried any of these products, purchased, passed? What are your thoughts on DedeSignature? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot on indie makeup and all that good stuff, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I would love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have all the products linked. You can check them out for yourself. I'll have other videos from DedeSignature linked if you want to see more from the brand, and I will also have my code, which is bricbeauty, in the description, but that will get you some money off if you want to pick up anything from DedeSignature. It is affiliated, so I will get a small kickback if you use it, so no pressure to, but it is there for your use. I always have my codes in the description, and I will have my makeup linked and all that in case you're curious on what is on my face, and I will have my contact and my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, supporting my channel, just being so amazing. I appreciate all of you, and I hope all of you are doing well wherever you are in the world, and just send you guys so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.